so proud, so excited to introduce, she calls me her mother sometimes when she wants something, but I'm just kidding. All the time. She calls me all the time because I tell her I'll be mad if she doesn't. And yeah, I don't know. Daughter, sister, lover, child of the future, of the past. I don't know what else to say. Please put your hands together for Miss Harry Nef.
Hi everybody. So this is my book of secrets and I'm gonna read to you from it. This is something I wrote and it's called Beauty in Essex. He's a beautiful boy. Antonio's pitch rises, then falls on boy. He shrugs, smirks, and pours a whiskey coke. Antonio is also a female rapper, La Femme La Dosha. She's sitting next to me in VIP at Westway. La Femme and Antonio are poets, sticky with words. I'm not sure which one of them has spoken, but I feel myself agree before the end of the sentence. He's a beautiful boy. Appraisal, accusation, resignation. These have always been the notes of the chorus. We watch the beautiful boy walk away. He's slim and fair, with a foxy jaw. He wears blue jeans and a clean white shirt. He's gay. I can't remember if he's an editorial intern, an associate editor, or a stylist assistant. He could be 17 or 21. He looks a little greasy, enervated, unshaven, it's hot. He's a beautiful boy. And I pour myself a whiskey coke too. Well, actually, beautiful boy and I used to talk on LiveJournal when we were 14. I grew up on his photo booth selfies. Our flirtations were cautious, iffy. A few times we fought, he unfriended, I unfollowed. He friended again, I followed. I saw pics of his first boyfriend, and when he lost his virginity, I read about it. One time he told me he tipped $3,000 on a bill when visiting New York with a daddy who was sweet but not nice. I typed out, "That's so selfish," but I was rapt. I gawked at his weapons, body and face. He spoke infrequently. He'd been a beautiful boy for as long as he could remember. Well, actually, I used to be a boy. I was cute, but I wasn't beautiful. Of course, at some point, like 3 years ago, I stopped looking like a boy, and then at some point, like a year ago, I stopped being a boy. The beautiful boy scoffed at me. He told me I looked desperate. Maybe I did, but I would have weapons of my own one day. Once again, I unfollowed. Well, actually, I still wanted him. He was a ghost, but I did. I wouldn't have even seen the post announcing his move to New York. 2 hours later, we're in bed. Beautiful boy has passed out, but I'm there. We made out and we're halfway naked. I look at his back and my stomach flips. He looks like an angel when he sleeps. My laugh is loud, and I feel it coming, so I sink my teeth into my knuckle. I can't remember the last time I made it to "he looks like an angel when he sleeps," because I can't remember the last time I made it past "he's a beautiful boy." I'm trying not to laugh, but it's hard. I tilt my chin up, widening the angle between my gaze and his spine. I laugh silently through my teeth. Usually I laugh when I'm relieved, like in the middle of an exam when I realize I studied everything on the sheet in front of me and I'm going to get at least a B+, and I could have had a few more hours sleep. I don't laugh when I won. I laugh when I didn't expect to. Well, actually, I'd expected him to take me home. When my face had softened and my waist had shrunk, beautiful boys, generally beautiful gay boys, had started looking at me differently. It didn't make sense, but as a girl, I'd been attracting the gay guys who'd ignored me when I was one of them. I didn't question it, I don't. I decided to take it as it came, because what came was what I'd always wanted. I take it one night at a time. Fade dig, rise, smile, 2 vodka sodas, hand on the small of my back, tequila shot, kiss in the dark, Uber X. They had always fallen asleep before I did, and I got used to sitting up in beds with beautiful boys, clutching the evening's treasures and ignoring the absence of a weight on top of me. These nights were always about 75% of everything I wanted them to be. It got me off. I'd laugh and laugh and laugh. I finish laughing. I reach for my cigarettes and catch myself in a full length. Shit, I think, but I look because the moon's out. My face is a softer, paler, leaner version of its father. I only recognize it in the 2nd degree. I've got bangs, and my hair is starting to shag. My collarbones jut out like a white marble countertop, and my annual summer eating disorder is in full swing. My arms are smaller and fleshier than I remember, and I have breasts. Also small, but they're wild. My waist comes in at a startling new angle and slopes under the covers. I stop there and shut my eyes. It's been a long night, and the lower half of my body would be too much to deal with right now. This is too much for me to deal with right now, he says. Beautiful boy and I nurse a bottle in the back room of Beauty in Essex. I went to Atlantic City for the weekend, but we've been texting. We meet up for cocktails. I pour myself a whiskey coke. I'd forgotten about the weapons. I smile and stare at him. I almost thank him for his body and his face. After all, they'd been mine for a week. Well, actually, he hadn't given them for free. I followed him on Instagram. He'd been photographed with me a few times. I'd gotten him in. People knew his face, but they didn't know his name. They thought he was in my world. And maybe he was lucky to be there because there are so many beautiful boys and so few browless 21-year-old transgender women hopping into bed with them. Beautiful boys swarm Manhattan, gold-winged with stingers that don't even die after they sting you. They just give it and take it back and fly off to another fleshy plant.
Right. Yeah.
I always let them. Always. I've never understood them. Well, I say, I understand. I hold his gaze with mine, trying to sing appraisal, accusation, resignation. I'm really just begging him to fuck me. Beautiful boy doesn't say anything, so I get up. I stagger down a spiral staircase and out into the Lower East Side. I cram a Camel Blue into my mouth, tear my lighter out of my clutch, and prepare to sob outside of a private cocktail party. Essex Street smells like straight up shit. I breathe in and taste it.
Yeah.
Hey. I turn around. He's slim and fair with a foxy jaw. He wears blue jeans and a clean white shirt. He's gay. I can't remember if he's an editorial intern, an associate editor, or a stylist assistant. He could be 17 or 21. He looks a little greasy, enervated, unshaven. It's hot. You were talking to that other guy all night. I was kind of hitting on you the whole time, but you didn't notice. Oh, I reply, almost whispering. Well, if I didn't notice, I guess I didn't notice. My smile is dry. Maybe he tells me his name. A photographer comes up and asks us for a photo, so I curve my hip into his. Our cheeks just brush. The camera blooms. He asks me what I drink, and I tell him I'll meet him at the bar inside. The photographer's eyes narrow. Who's that? I take a few more deep breaths of Essex. He's... Thank you.